Have you ever sensed that there's more to life than meets the eye? As if there's a secret doorway leading to a deeper, more expansive layer of reality, where you don't just live, but create far beyond familiar limits. Today, I will guide you to explore a forbidden technique. Not because it's dangerous, but because it's too powerful, too transformative for them to want you to know. This is the key to unlocking the fifth dimension, a realm where you transcend time, space, and even your own limitations to become your most powerful self. Are you ready? Take a deep breath, because we are about to embark on an inspiring journey, where you will realize your true power and change the way you live forever. What is the fifth dimension, and why does it matter? Imagine life as a three-dimensional book. Length, width, height, where you move through time from page to page, day to day. Then add the fourth dimension, time, where you perceive the flow of the past, present, and future. But what if I told you there's a fifth dimension? A layer of reality where you don't just live within the flow, but stand above it, seeing the entirety of your life as a complete picture. Modern science calls this multidimensional space, a concept that goes beyond ordinary physics, where your consciousness can escape physical limitations to touch a vaster reality. The ancient philosopher Plato once said, "True reality lies beyond the cave we see. We only see its shadows." The fifth dimension isn't a place you reach with your feet. It's a state you unlock with your mind and heart. But here's a thought-provoking question for you to ponder. If there were a forbidden technique that could open the door to the fifth dimension, would you dare to try it? I won't reveal it immediately. Let the flame of curiosity within you burn as we explore further together. Science. Consciousness is the key to unlocking. Listen to this. Modern science is beginning to reveal that your consciousness is not limited to your brain or physical body. Quantum physicists, like David Bohm, have proposed that there is an implicate order in the universe, a deeper dimension where everything is connected beyond time and space. Research on neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change, shows that when you change the way you think, when you focus deeply on your consciousness, you actually change the structure of your brain, thereby altering how you experience and interact with reality. In a real-world experiment, people who practiced deep meditation for 20 minutes each day, focusing entirely on their consciousness and breath, increased their intuition by 30% and significantly improved their creativity. Why does this happen? Because they touched a deeper layer of their mind where linear time seemed to dissolve, where they felt a connection to everything. The fifth dimension isn't a far-fetched science fiction concept. It's the latent power within your consciousness. They don't teach you this, so you remain unaware. But now that you've heard it, do you dare to use this technique to unlock it? Philosophy. You are the creator of your reality. Think of your life as a vast canvas stretching infinitely. Who is holding the brush, painting the lines, colors, and story upon it? The philosopher Rumi once said, "You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop." The fifth dimension is where you don't just live within your painting. You step out, pick up the brush, and paint it according to your will. They hide this technique so you believe you are limited by the four familiar dimensions: length, width, height, and time. Things that keep you in a repetitive loop of daily life. But the truth is, you are the creator of your own reality. The greatest people in history, from Albert Einstein with his groundbreaking discoveries, to Nikola Tesla with his world-changing inventions, knew how to tap into this deeper layer of consciousness, where they didn't just react to the world but shaped it. They didn't wait for someone to grant them power, they unlocked it from within. They hide this technique so you don't dare to dream big, don't dare to believe you can transcend limitations. But now you know. Do you dare to step through that door to paint the canvas of your life? The curiosity-inducing secret. What is the forbidden technique? Have you ever wondered why some people seem to live beyond the constraints of time and space? They predict events before they happen, seize opportunities as if guided by a sixth sense. What do they know that you haven't been told? This is the secret I want you to contemplate. There is a forbidden technique to unlock the fifth dimension, and it's within your reach. I won't reveal everything right now. Ask yourself, if I could transcend my current limitations, if I could see the entirety of my life from a higher perspective, what would I see on the other side? Science calls this state flow state, when you are so deeply focused that time seems to disappear, when you are immersed in a larger reality where everything becomes clear and connected. Neuroscientists have discovered that in this state, your brainwaves shift to the theta frequency, a frequency associated with intuition, creativity, and deep connection. They hide this technique so you don't dare to try, so you don't realize that you can tap into the fifth dimension at any moment. Do you want to discover it? Keep listening, because we are about to touch the true flame. The art of speech. Unlocking to inspire. Imagine yourself standing before a crowd, perhaps friends, colleagues, or just yourself in the mirror. They are looking at you, waiting for something from you. You don't need to use complex words or advanced techniques. You just need to tell your story with an open heart. Start with a stirring question. Have you ever felt limited by what you see? Then lead them on your journey. A day you thought you were small, trapped in the loop of time and space, but then you tried this forbidden technique, unlocked the fifth dimension, and suddenly saw your life as larger than ever before. End with a powerful call to action. The universe is waiting for you to open the door. Do you dare to step through to see the wonder? When you tell your story with genuine emotion, when you pause to breathe and focus, your voice will resonate with conviction, your eyes will shine with wonder. Science proves that when you speak from the heart, your body releases oxytocin, a bonding hormone, helping you connect with your listeners naturally. They hide this technique so you don't dare to stand up, don't dare to share your power, but now you know. Breathe deeply, speak from your heart, and inspire yourself and those around you. How will you tell your story to ignite the flame in others? The science behind the forbidden technique. They don't want you to know that your consciousness can tangibly touch the fifth dimension. Studies on deep meditation show that when you focus for 20 minutes, your brainwaves shift to the theta state, a state where linear time seems to dissolve, where intuition and creativity erupt like an unquenchable flame. In this state, you don't just think, you feel the connection to a larger reality where everything is meaningful. Furthermore, the observer effect in quantum physics suggests that your consciousness doesn't just observe reality, it actually influences how the world appears to you. When you focus deeply, when you expand your consciousness using this technique, you change how the events in your life unfold. One experiment showed that people who practiced deep visualization in the theta state increased their ability to achieve their goals by 40%. This forbidden technique isn't just imagination, it's real science. They hide it so you don't dare to try. So you don't realize that you can shape your reality. But now you know, what will you do with that power? The philosophy of success. Transcending four-dimensional limits. Think of success as an endless sky where no limits can hold you back. Who decides how high you will fly? Philosophy teaches us that true success isn't limited by the four familiar dimensions. It lies in the fifth dimension. where you see the whole picture and act from that perspective. When you unlock this layer, you don't just work blindly. You see the path clearly. Know when to act, when to wait, and when to change direction. The greatest people in history knew this. Leonardo da Vinci didn't just paint beautiful pictures, he dreamed of transcending time to see the future. Nikola Tesla didn't just invent, he tapped into deeper layers of consciousness to find ideas that others couldn't imagine. They didn't wait for someone to grant them power, they unlocked it from within by listening and focusing. They hide this technique so you don't dare to fly. So you think that success is just effort in the 4 familiar dimensions. But now you know. How high will you fly with the 5th dimension? Sowing seeds of curiosity to stimulate thought. They don't want you to ask, if I unlock the 5th dimension, what will I see on the other side? They want you to accept current limitations, to believe that life is only what you see before your eyes. But I will sow a seed of curiosity in your mind. If this forbidden technique can open up a larger, wider, deeper reality, what will I discover about myself and my life? Let that question burn within you like an unquenchable flame, driving you to seek answers. Science proves that curiosity stimulates dopamine, a chemical in the brain that drives you to seek, explore, and act. That's why you can't stop listening to a mysterious story, or why you are drawn to the unknown. This forbidden technique is the first step for you to touch the 5th dimension. But where will it lead you? What will you find when you dare to try? Let your curiosity guide you, for it is the flame that will take you beyond all limits. Stimulating thought, unlocking is action. Imagine yourself sitting quietly alone in a silent space, your eyes closed. You take a deep breath in 4-5 seconds, hold it for 5 seconds, and then exhale slowly for 5 seconds. You say to yourself, I am unlocking the 5th dimension. That single moment is enough to change everything. Psychology calls this state shifting. When you focus deeply on your consciousness, you transcend the ordinary limitations of your mind, stepping into a space where everything becomes clear and connected. What will you do today to unlock the 5th dimension? Try it right now. Inhale deeply for 5 seconds, hold for 5 seconds, exhale for 5 seconds. Repeat 5 times, and while doing so, focus on one question. What do I want to see in the 5th dimension? What do you feel? A sense of lightness spreading, a sudden idea flashing, or a deep inner peace? This forbidden technique is the power in your hands. You don't need to wait for anyone to grant it. They hide it so you don't dare to try. But now you know. What will you unlock in your life? Emotion. The flame burning from the 5th dimension. Emotion is the key for you to touch the 5th dimension. When you unlock this layer of reality, you don't just think, you feel with your entire being. Science shows that when you are in the theta brainwave state, the state of deep meditation and expanded consciousness, you enhance your emotional connection with yourself and the world around you. A moment when you see the whole picture of your life, past, present, and future, intertwined. That is the flame of the 5th dimension burning within you. Tell your story with that flame. Tell of a time you felt limited, but then you focused, breathed, and transcended to see yourself as larger, stronger. Let your voice tremble with conviction. Let your eyes shine with the wonder of that moment. Listeners will feel the flame burning within you, and you will also feel it spread throughout your body. They hide this technique so you don't dare to feel your true power. But now you can. And how will you use it to ignite? Philosophy. You are the architect of reality. Think of the 5th dimension as a vast, limitless drawing board. The philosopher Plato once said, consciousness is the true reality. What we see is only its shadow. In the fifth dimension, you don't just live in reality. You become its architect, drawing what you want to see, want to live, want to become. They hide this technique so you don't dare to pick up the brush. Don't dare to believe you can create beyond the four familiar dimensions. But now you know. How will you paint the canvas of your life? Science. The forbidden technique is vivid reality. They don't want you to know that 70% of how you experience reality comes from your mindset and consciousness, not from external circumstances. When you practice deep meditation, when you focus on this forbidden technique, you touch the fifth dimension, where linear time dissolves, where you see yourself as part of a larger picture. Scientists have discovered that just 15 minutes of deep focus each day increases creativity and intuition by 25%. You are not limited by four dimensions. You are a creator in the fifth dimension. They hide this so you don't dare to try. But now you know. What will you unlock in your mind and life today? The forbidden technique. How to unlock the fifth dimension. Here is the forbidden technique they don't want you to know. Find a quiet space. Sit down. Inhale deeply through your nose for 5 seconds. Hold for 5 seconds, and then exhale slowly through your mouth for 5 seconds. Repeat for 10 minutes, focusing entirely on your breath and asking, "What do I see in the fifth dimension?" Science proves that this technique puts you in a theta state, expands consciousness, helping you touch a deeper layer of reality. You don't need anything complicated, just your breath and focus. They hide it so you don't dare to try, so you don't realize your true power. But now you know. Do you dare to practice it right now? Stand up right now. Take a deep breath in 4-5 seconds, hold it in your chest, and then exhale slowly for 5 seconds. Say loudly to yourself, "I am unlocking the fifth dimension. I am the creator of my reality." The universe is waiting for you to open that door. You don't need to wait for anyone to hand you the key or give you permission. What will you do with this power today? Will you use the forbidden technique to dream bigger dreams than ever before? Will you unlock the fifth dimension to transcend fear with a burning heart? Will you step into this new layer of reality to rise from failure and fly high like a free bird? I see the flame in you. I see your hidden power. And I believe that you will not just live. You will create a more brilliant reality than ever before with the fifth dimension. Go ahead, the door is open, and the fifth dimension is waiting for you to step in.